everybody, it is Calxiyn and Hunter here, and we are reacting to the Amazing Digital Circus, Episode 2, and this is Candy Carrier Chaos. Very nice alliteration there. Before we get into it, I want to talk about a couple things. First of all, this is giving Candyland CD-ROM realness. If you guys have not seen us play that game,
Realness?
It was terrifying to go back to the old-ass Candyland CD-ROM game. Hunter and I played it. I think in 2021, it was years ago.
It was
a long
legitimately
time.
unnerving. It's unnerving in the same way that the Amazing Digital Circus is.
And so
like,
if you guys haven't seen that game before or seen us play it, you should go watch that. But the other thing that I mostly wanted to talk about, it's just I couldn't get that out of my head, the fact that we needed to make a Candyland reference, and specifically the Candyland CD-ROM game, not even the board game. But I feel like that what we should talk about is where are we going? Because that's the interesting thing. Like, when you see a pilot, you get a sense or a pitch of these are who the characters are, this is what the conflict is, and that sort of thing. But is this going to be Monster of the Week? Are we going to try to figure out the mystery? Is it going to be, I guess, a more plot-driven? The only thing I can think of is Ruby, I'm sorry. Like Ruby, or is it going to be like Miraculous Ladybug, where there's like an overarching plot, but it's Adventure of the Week? We don't really know, and that's what, like, literally, okay, I do like this show, don't get me wrong, but I'm not, like, obsessed with this show. But as we were waiting, as I was sitting here waiting for Hunter, like, my heart started racing, because it's like, what is it gonna be? Like, what are we actually getting into here? We don't really know, right?
Because when I watched the pilot, I kind of thought that they were just gonna do the one episode, because that sort of feels like what it's gearing up
like
to
we
be.
didn't have any answers, but at the same time it was self-contained.
Yeah, it was.
In a
You
sense.
didn't have any answers, but part of what was scary is that you didn't have any answers. Part of what was scary is that you felt trapped.
Yeah.
Like there being, I don't know, a plot and like a way out makes it less interesting. I feel
interesting. Well,
because
we'll
it kind of dissolves the feeling that you're trapped and stuck.
But I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, you would have been okay with a one-off kind of situation. So we'll have to see what we're getting into, because maybe there's something scarier than not being able to escape. You know what I mean? There could be even scarier things out here. We don't know.
That's the other thing. I feel like I'm sure there are definitely horror series. You know, American
Horror Story
comes to mind, but I feel
horror is in the title.
Clearly, I know a lot about horror.
Man.
I feel like obviously there is horror television shows, but I feel like a lot of the time horror works better as like a single contained thing.
I would say anime rivals that a little bit,
and not something that you return to again and again, because I feel like you're just doing the same premise again and again and again. And either you have to elevate it, or it's like eventually you become used to the status quo of, oh, the body horror of their bodies are not their own, and they're constantly alive in this nightmarish, glitchy, overly cheery hell world.
Yeah, Candyland
nightmare.
hellscape. But
So,
I mean, we'll have to see, obviously. But I think I would say, though, that a lot of horror anime, that is something that exists, like, in terms of multiple episodes of a thing. Like The Promised Neverland, right? Like,
that's a good example.
That's, I think, a good example of something that continues to grow and doesn't lose the intensity. Don't watch season 2. Don't worry about it. But I think without further ado, now that we've talked for a little...
Promised Neverland is a roller coaster that only goes up. So long as you don't watch the second season.
Exactly. But I'm really excited to get into it. Like I said, I was kind of like in anticipation. Like I was like, oh my god, what are we getting into today? So I was pretty excited. And I know that you're still excited too. It's just like you're like cautiously kind of just wondering,
rewatched it today.
I did too. We both rewatched it.
I was frightened by it again.
Oh?
Pomni.
Oh?
These are the...
I like the carpet shapes.
Oh dear. They said they couldn't fall asleep.
I think she was spacing out.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Oh. Everyone's wiggly woodly.
Oh.
This is what a panic attack feels like. Yep.
Oh, well, but they can't sleep, so she can't be having a nightmare.
Oh.
Unless she's just, like, do you ever have those ones where you think about, like, dying in a car crash and you imagine your own funeral or something, but you're, daydreaming?
I don't even remember her name.
I like this though. The
Or
spotlight.
what it was like they said in the first one that you would get like digital hallucinations.
I mean, he was just joking though. He was saying that she was having one, but we didn't know whether those were a real thing.
I mean, it appears
It looks like it's. Yeah, bitch, you're not supposed to be able to sleep. What's going on?
I
That's
guess
interesting.
They do sleep. Or maybe they do sleep. I know they don't eat, but it just feels like I don't know.
I think they said they don't need to sleep, but sometimes it's nice to sleep.
Yeah, maybe that's what
Are you
it
still
is.
sleeping? I'll let you get back to it if you are.
Oh, there we
Oh.
go. I was wondering where the
There she
captions
is.
were.
You doing all right? I
Well,
know
what's her name?
yesterday-
Ragatha.
Ragatha, yes.
Doozy. Oh, and don't worry about the whole.
I do love
Oh,
the
I
ending.
love how they're not having
It's
like
perfectly
a
understandable
drawn
what you were
out,
going through at
you
the
know,
time.
conflict about this.
Feelings. You're all good.
Because they could have really drawn the beef out, right? Of like,
Yeah.
Forget about all that.
I hate you because you abandoned me that one time. Like, I like this.
It's almost like she's been here so long that
Today's
she's not even
adventure is
phased by that anymore.
Carrier Chaos! That's right. The Candy Canyon Kingdom's been robbed of their most valuable resource,
Okay.
maple syrup. It's up to you to bring
Okay.
the rotten bandits who stole
Oh,
it to
first.
buttery justice.
Oh,
Kingdom of Candy.
Lagos.
No.
Very sticky indeed.
Sounds.
Oh boy. I forgot this bubble thing is just like actually unhinged.
Probably you can't.
So wait, I'm testing out a new AI in this one.
Oh,
It's
okay. So these are
57 times more immersive.
NPCs.
Ooh,
Yeah.
a new AI. You don't want to mess
They
with
are.
the new AI, Zuby?
Yeah, no. Well, sounds
See,
fun.
Jax makes a lot of like he looks directly into the camera sometimes. I feel like it's a little suspicious.
Is just LARPing.
Okay.
Well,
Why are you all just standing there? The canyon.
I like how he can't even get the words out.
Wait, what? So Jax and Zubul didn't go?
I guess not.
I love that bubble pipe.
Trying to quit.
Oh my
Ooh, a
god,
different
this
location.
is totally like
That looks.
Wreck-It Ralph again, Candyland.
That thing's nose is so phallic looking.
No, it's a gummy worm. Please, Hunter, get a hold of yourself. I know the show's not for kids, but it's also not like Has-Been Hotel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a gummy worm.
I mean, it's not because it has limbs. You know,
No, but I'm
worms.
saying the nose is a gummy worm, and then the legs are gummy worms.
I love how you're like, stop making my
Castle.
my pure sweet
I'm
digital
just saying,
circus.
like, look at this. This is so cute.
Yeah, this
This is my aesthetic. This is where I would want to be. Oh?
I love the guy.
Ah,
Look!
you must be the
Oh,
brave
I
knight
like-
sent to us by God to help us with our recent
Why are they
betrayal.
always talking about God, bro?
That's awesome.
This is the second time it's happened. It happened in the first
I
episode,
like you
too.
already. Look, Pomni, we're
He has a
already
bit of a
friends with
god-
the princess.
Oh.
I'm not
Concept.
a child. You don't have to hype me up.
I assume you've been informed of the mission.
I get the impression that
bandits
Ragatha
robbed
and
us used
Pomni
a
have a
modded
little.
syrup tanker, so we figured the best
You
way
know-
to
I
go
love her
ahead with
voice.
them
She's
is to
so
give her a war
pretty.
She does have a very nice voice. It sounds familiar. War.
Ooh, violence.
What time period is this supposed to be?
Here's the key back into the kingdom for when you've secured the goods. I trust you not to let it fall
I love
into
her,
the
like,
wrong
cake
hands.
dress.
Yeah,
Not on
that
me,
is
Your
cute.
Highness. Oh, please, call me Lou.
I think we should ship Ragatha and the princess, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
Oh God, is that the horn? That sucks. Gangle, you
guy.
drive.
I love how stretchy he
Farewell,
is.
good nights. I have
Oh.
every faith in you.
We need a Disney princess song for this character.
I also like
Out
they
the
say-
waffle cone, like the
Yeah.
little waffle cookie. Oh
I like
my
how
God.
they say war rig like it's Mad Max. I suspect.
I think that's where this is kind of
I
going
think
almost.
they're gonna do Mad Max, which is pretty amusing.
I love just like the design of everything though.
Through if we get all this back to the village.
I'm sure she will. This much syrup would save hundreds of people.
Oh,
Won't know for sure until we get back to the village.
they're
She's
like
fine.
gummy bears
She
too.
taught me everything I know.
Gummy alligator? Gummy crocs? Gummy Gators?
This is just give it, like, I feel like this is like cyberpunk. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah,
all of
because
a
you're in a
sudden.
desert and you're, yeah.
I
see
like
that.
oh my god, just
Fire's
how
blue.
everything, like the little spikes being
It
candy
looks
corn
like
is so good.
It looks like a
Wrong
big.
side and
Guys,
Vape-
look, I wore all my
Oh
ice
my
cream
God.
stuff today.
It looks like a big vaporwave
You're violating my
music
ears
video,
with your
kind of.
clapback.
The aesthetics,
Good
if you're
driving,
familiar
driver.
with that.
So, Pomni, I'm sure there's some way you could help out here. Maybe when we catch up to them, we could...
Gotta be assertive. Like this.
Oh my god!
Jax!
Jack, he's
Oh my
so
God.
mean! Oh. Oh dear.
Ah, that's perfect. Just hold that pose. I gotta get something.
I like how Jax is like a mild
Well,
sociopath.
I swear there was some kind of bazooka back here, but I'm having such trouble finding it.
I love the waffle cone gun too. Like that was great.
Here it is.
Oh my god.
He tries
Stay
hard.
like that, and I'll
I mean, that
cross
just
over.
looks like a gun.
This feels decidedly less horror.
Nice going, Pomni. Now I have no bridge.
Aha! Gotcha! The arms aren't long enough.
Oh,
Oh!
his arms aren't long enough.
Oh, I like this. Like, I like the little heist. It's like a kid playing with toys. You know what I mean? That's what it
It
reminds
does
me of.
feel like a weird
The arms aren't short
kids
enough
playing
to
with
shoot
toy thing. Short. Oh,
Oh, I like that one. That one has really noodly.
arm. What is this?
Ooh,
I'm not
now
sure.
This is decidedly
Hey, ribbit.
not
Up
like
and at 'em.
psychological
Aren't
horror,
you supposed
which
to
is
be submissive and
interesting.
agreeable? Move it.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
the
know.
music shift there was
That's
interesting.
weird how his head kind of stayed level with the shot.
Fellas just don't know when to
Everyone
quit.
else jostled around.
Hey, quit mucking about and get back up here!
Oh yeah, right.
Everyone all right?
Oh my god, the meat
Oh
cleaver.
no!
For the knives.
Hey, Gangle. You should ram into him.
What? You should not ram them. Pomni's still on board.
Do it. It'll be epic.
I don't like Jax is scaring me
I think
more
it's
now.
just like, cause he's having fun. They can't
the
die.
figurine thing. What's the figurine thing?
These guys are whack jobs. Let's give him some of this.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
No more ramming? Guess I have to tell Ragatha about the thing now.
Oh.
Oh, you still up?
I'm afraid of what the thing is.
Pomni, take this!
Oh, okay.
Hey, Kingers.
Please, bestie, what are you doing?
Oh, not.
I love how they're all just kind of stupid, like a little bit. They're all just a little girl failure, all of them. Oh,
Oh!
she has stuffing. She's okay.
Yeah,
Don't
but she
worry.
still got impaled.
It's a little impale never killed anybody. You know, little Olaf situation. Oh my
You
god.
look so unimpressed.
I blame you for this.
But see, they're not gonna die. They're just gonna respawn,
I like how
right?
the closed captions had that sound effect as scorch. Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, it's like in the games when there's like the clipping. I love that.
I love how they fell through the bottom of the world, it would seem.
Oh my god. This is so... I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, though. Like, I kind of don't trust what's going on here, if that makes sense. Uh-oh. It might be happening.
Now the horror's happening. Okay.
Yeah, because this is a weird kind of Tron-esque...
What?
Oh, I kind of feel bad, but this guy's an NPC, right? It's supposed to be that he's not a real person, but we don't actually know if
this
that's
arena
true.
is the natural defenseless position that an Australian could have.
What?
Take them out of their outback, away from their prawns and Barbies, put them in a blank repeating, square tiled blue light room, totally weak.
Well,
Like shooting fish
what
in a
if this
barrel.
thing, like, becomes... Oh, no.
Oh. Okay.
I was gonna say, what if they become like a person? You know what I mean? Like instead of just an NPC. But this seems like in the games when they store the models
This is
somewhere
where
else.
he's having like an existential
Oh
crisis looking at
no,
himself.
that's not good.
This is weird.
Yeah, like this must be where the models are stored, because even the princess models over there.
And he's T-posing, which, yeah, leads me to believe.
Oh dear. Oh, Pomni. can't delete it though, right? Like he's gonna have abnormal thoughts.
Because Pomni understands, but it's weird to watch an AI and NPC
We're
gain
somewhere
sentience.
under the map, I think.
Map? Why aren't you or any of your crew up here?
I'm not sure. Because we're
Oh
not
shit.
NPCs.
Oh, Pomni, no, that's not good.
What are you people?
Oh.
What am
Poor
I?
guy.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
That's not good.
Where's Mum?
Mom?
Oh.
You have a mom?
Shouldn't she be here with everyone else? I can't even remember her face.
Yeah, because there's no model for his mom, right? It's his lore, it's his backstory.
Think about that. I think there must be a way to launch ourselves back up, right?
Oh dear.
I want you to tell me exactly what I
Oh my
Oh,
god! This is what I mean. Like, this is taking a turn.
This is unnerving.
Okay, well,
Is this a whimsical
meanwhile.
fudge monster?
Yeah, well, there was a fudge
Right.
monster that she was looking at,
Yeah.
right? So.
Oh man, poor Pomni. I hope she's all right.
I like how the
Poor
back of it
Pomni.
looks like a
How
Swiss
about
roll.
for us? We're one tanker away.
I know, that's what I love this tanker.
Yeah,
I want one.
it's
This is what I
wonderful.
want my car to
Also,
look like.
I love how Augustus glooped. Like,
My eyes to
Yeah, so it's another, like, that was
gift from within the kingdom gate.
the thing that was under there with them.
Whoa, buddy! You're not food. We're not candy. You don't want to eat us.
Oh, not candy? How am I expected to eat something that's not made of candy?
I love this
I'm sorry.
cookie monster,
the
like.
big gloopy monsters.
Oh.
he's sorry, he's so
I
polite.
am the fudge.
The great
I
lady
used to
food.
live within the kingdom walls.
Oh.
I was banished by that rotten princess after
I love how they're animated. Like, it's so. Oh.
Oh dear.
They were so delicious.
But notice how in
Sometimes I
every
could
story
hear them
there's like a monster like that. Like in
Yeah.
the first episode, it was the weird
Oh,
glorb,
to
you
town
know.
for
just sounds
town
like
folks
murder.
screaming was.
Murder if it's delicious.
I think it's
That's
still
a-
murder.
You make a great.
No, bad point.
Hey, she's
Why don't you leave this to
better.
me
Yeah.
before
She
I
doesn't
start
have the
thinking
rip
she
anymore.
feels
Jax,
Oh wow, it kinda does.
stop.
Well, Mr. Fudge, you seem like an upstanding guy with real noble goals.
Oh, I'm not.
I love how
You
shifty.
knew what I did in my free
Okay,
Oh my
well,
god.
Second.
Okay.
As I was saying, I happen to know a way into the kingdom walls. If you'd be willing to
Okay. I mean, I
help us
guess
out
they're
a little
not
bit.
real.
When did you?
Shut up, licorice hair.
Here, have it with this.
Oh, you must be some kind of master of unlocking things. Come to free me from my outdoor prison.
That's me. All we need you to do is help us bring some dirty
I like
bandits to
Jax.
justice.
Yeah. Oh god.
I saw the Reaper wink at me.
What?
Wait, what just happened?
What?
Maybe that's just a very
The other
fancy
two?
Australian way to say that he's had a brush with death or something. Like, you know what I mean? Oh. Oh dear.
They're trying to find a way out.
Oh, he's gonna.
Wanna try?
Yeah. He's gonna unalive himself with
I'm
this.
still
I hate unalive. Ugh.
It was a very pointy stick.
You okay?
Oh, I feel so bad.
His mom's gone. I
You
mean,
wanna talk
mom
about it?
never existed, which I suppose is
What
the.
is there to talk about?
Oh.
Oh,
Don't just want to leave you here.
Why not? I don't matter in the slightest.
Oh.
Nothing. My life, my memories, my friends. It's all fake.
Oh dear.
No.
This may seem weird, but I think I know the feeling.
Oh.
Maybe not the exact feeling, but feeling like you're nothing is kind of normal. I mean, people even feel like that in the world I came from. But
But she doesn't have memories of it.
You still
Pomni.
care about your buddies up there, don't you? I'm sure they still care about you.
Oh.
What do we have when you people leave?
Oh.
We're just obstacles. Created to be defeated and forgotten.
Oh my god.
Well, you don't have to be.
Okay.
The circus, the place I'm from, well, I'm originally from somewhere else. But if it has to be my home, maybe it can be yours too.
Are they just going to slowly collect everyone and bring them back?
Maybe you.
I feel like this optimism is not going to work. You know what I mean?
Not.
Like, I feel like that.
I feel like this Australian crocodile is gonna hang himself by the end of the
How does
episode.
this benefit you at all?
I guess I just don't want you to feel like you're nothing.
Oh.
I don't want anybody to feel like that.
But I'm not even a real person. Would I even belong?
I'm sure you wouldn't belong any less than me. And I could use a friend.
Oh.
You're a strange little character.
And I like this too because, I mean, we got a sense of Pomni's personality in the first episode, but not that much because she was freaking out.
Freaking
right?
out. So now we
she's a bit...
get more of it.
I don't want to drag him down with me.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's your name, by the way?
Plato's allegory of the cave is what I'm thinking of. Like, he's seen
Gummigoo,
reality.
yeah.
He doesn't want the others to know. Uh-oh, I don't like that shot. That kind of implies someone's watching them, which I don't like.
Glitch with the truck's collisions. I'm not really sure how we could. All right, I'm just throwing stuff at the wall here. If this doesn't work, we can try something else.
You're the expert here.
I'm really not. But let's see how it goes.
Ah! Oh, I see. They're trying to bounce back up.
Might be a little violent.
Okay. Well, that worked.
Oh, teacups.
Yeah, I'm like, what was that supposed to be? Like, in terms of, like, Alice in Wonderland or, like, I don't know. There's some games you hear about have random objects in the walls just because when you delete them, the entire game breaks and no one knows why. So I wonder if that's what that's a reference to. Just all the different teacups. Yeah, I can't think of the game right now. I'm sure the comments will know. But I love this, like, whimsy and, like, old computer game music.
This is remarkably not what I expected.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of waiting for something bad to happen, like worse.
More anticlimactic than I was hoping it'd be.
What were you hoping for?
You know, like one big final battle, bloodshed, death, chaos, whatever.
Are you sure they disappeared? It wasn't that they fell off or something?
I can't say for sure, but yes, definitely.
It's not like the boss to vanish with a clown. Very unusual.
Oh, that's such a weird. That's a very specific thing for them to say.
Very specific.
Caine to find her. I'm more worried she's having another horrible experience. She still seems really upset about what happened.
Oh, look at these two!
She really likes me.
I like the Neapolitan candy cane or whatever's going on.
I remember how long it took.
Why does Kingsley have a bucket on his head?
I'm surprised you remember that.
Remember what?
No,
Do you guys have a second truck that flies?
Yeah. Wait, no, we don't. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Oh no! Did they just kill them?
I
Poor
think
goo
they might have.
monster! Oh no!
The goo monster was looked to be. Oh.
Oh, again?
Couldn't keep it in, could we?
Oh no.
But we all vomit the same, whether we're AI or we're people.
What's all this stuff?
Bethany. Oh, she's holding up her little her dress. That's so cute.
Oh.
Ragatha and I'm a Ragatha and Pomni shipper. I've decided.
I want to know. Good to see you, lads.
A ridiculous thing for a person to be. But
What?
Why are there two bad guy trucks?
This one's full of syrup too.
Oh, yeah. Suppose it is.
Okay.
You don't suppose my mates here could take this one back to the village, could they?
I guess. Since there's 2 of them, there'd be no real harm.
Jax?
I'm totally disappointed right now.
Why?
Because he wanted to murder?
But you did murder!
I guess so.
You did a murder right now!
Uh-oh, yeah.
But he didn't do it, he just witnessed it.
I suppose. Wait, what about his friends?
They're playing patty cakes in the background.
His reality was kind of completely shattered. I feel like
Just nods
was
his
the
head
least
like,
I
yeah,
could
completely
offer,
shattered.
opposed to just leaving him behind.
Hey, that's good of you, Pomni.
Let's take this dumb truck to the dumb kingdom, I guess.
Oh boy. But yeah, it'd be nice if they could just have it be part of the greater world map, you know, instead of it disappearing.
You have no idea.
I have a feeling that the fudge monster is gonna come in at the last moment and start eating people.
Well, I mean, but...
Yes, that is what we're doing.
Executing. Oh, there it is.
No.
Hey, maybe I didn't leave the gate unlocked for nothing after all.
Oh, Jax.
Oh my god. I'm afraid.
You did what now?
Well, love to help you again sometime. Bye!
No! And now we don't know. What about his friends?
Hard-shelled hamburgers.
I guess they'll drive out of
This
there.
is the circus.
I guess he said he didn't want his friends'
like one of these guys
realities
made
to
it
be
through.
shattered like him, but like he just left them.
Wait, what?
I know you guys love your NPCs, but if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen?
Oh! No! No wonder Jax doesn't care, because like caring was beaten out of them a long time ago. Oh no!
Has it been a while since you've drunk water?
I thought he'd never leave.
Remember to
Really
hydrate.
sorry about that, Pomni. At least you tried.
Oh
He might be
dear.
back in a future adventure. I know Caine sometimes likes to reuse NPCs.
Oh.
Got everything ready.
Hey, you at least want to join us for Kaufmo's funeral?
Oh my god!
We like to have a little funeral service to remember the people who abstract. This one just got pushed around a bit with your arrival and everything.
It's the least we can do to honor their memory.
Okay.
Oh.
See, and that's the other thing I was thinking about. Like, did Pomni replace Kaufmo? Like, is this always a consistent
Well-
cast?
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like, are there only
I
always
think it's
6
eventually
people?
somebody
Then you set up the
abstracts,
picture
you
and-
know?
Well.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, like there can only be so many people.
If Ragatha abstracted, it would be a doll, right?
Inaudible. Oh. I do love
I
how...
kind of, though...
I love how...
It's fucked up that they're making a big deal out of Kaufmo, who I know was important to them,
Yeah.
but it's like the NPC died, and like
They don't
everybody
care.
doesn't kind
Yeah.
of care. Like, I feel like that was on purpose.
Perhaps.
The contrast of that, maybe.
She feels weirdly at home with these people, I guess?
I guess. I mean, she said that earlier, like, that, you know, her friends too, and like all of that sort of
Yeah.
thing. Oh, dear.
That was... Gummigoo dying so
I know.
abruptly was so...
Oh, thank you, upbeat, jazzy music. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Hunter and I were thinking that maybe we would do a live stream discussion in the future about each episode if that's something people are interested in. But usually we do a little talk about our thoughts. It's interesting because it's not as scary as the first episode
I feel like
was.
the first episode they were like, this is like a scary show, this is a horror show, and this one is
Yeah.
like, no, it's a kind of dark, fucked up show about people stuck in this nightmare scenario, but it's not necessarily horror.
Yeah, I wonder, I would be interested too, and this is why I don't want to give too many thoughts right now, because I'm curious about how people that are fans of the show feel about it, because something I was thinking about recently was like, this is not just a show as much as it became like a phenomenon. And the problem is that people start to project certain things, especially when there's limited information, right? Like when all people see is a pilot, they start to, and I can't really think of anything else that this has happened to in recent memory, but sorry to bring up Ruby again, but when Ruby came out, people started shipping Weiss and Ruby without really knowing what their personalities would be, and so in very old fan fiction, you have some versions of Weiss where she's kind of a Glinda character, like where she's peppy and bubbly, rich girl, like kind of dumb, right? And that's not who Weiss
like
is,
a lot of shows become what they are a little while in.
Yeah.
So when you look at that really early material, you realize, oh, like when people were writing fan works and discussing the show very early in, people didn't know exactly what this show was about. And I feel like maybe that's what people were
I wonder how people
doing.
are going to feel about this, like whether or not it necessarily lives up to the hype. Because I enjoyed it from the perspective of, I'm starting to see the show a bit more similar to something like Death Parade, which Hunter and I reacted to together, where every week there's some sort of scenario that has a greater, like, philosophical kind of discussion about life or something. And so I feel like that may be the direction that they're going with. I don't know. It's going to be interesting because there was nothing in here that I saw that pointed towards, like, Murder Drones, you have this constant
Murder Drones is
tracking of a plot, you know
comedy
what I mean?
action.
Yeah,
with,
and
like,
so you can follow, I guess, of the, like, you can kind of track where things are going, especially with the human plot and the little girl who is also Australian, whose name I'm suddenly forgetting, like, the actual human girl that she was looking to get her robots back and all of that sort of thing, right? You can see that plot kind of from, you know, the get-go, and it's pretty much a through line throughout those episodes. But with this, I'm kind of a little baffled. I still don't know, like, going into this episode, I was like, I really don't know what this show's gonna be about, and I still kind of don't know. I still kind of don't know.
Because I feel like it has less of a strong identity, because it is funny at times, and it is scary at times, but it's not as consistently joke-filled as something like Murder Drones, and it's not as scary as its first episode. So I think it's almost this really kind of existential horror adventure.
Yeah.
Which is what this sort of feels like.
And I feel like it's interesting because that's unexplored
existential
territory.
horror adventure, because it's like, even when it's not scary, and there is some unnerving.
Yeah.
But existential unnerving isn't the name isn't a genre, so existential horror is the word we have.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's interesting to see, like, oh, Jax is a bit of a sociopath just because he's gone through this so much.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that he's so glib.
The NPCs can't even come with them, so what does it matter? Like, what does it matter what harm? But then, I guess that's the question, right?
Jax
like, what does it matter if you pick all the bad dialogue options in a video game because the characters aren't real?
Because nothing matters.
But Pomni would argue that they can matter if you give them enough of a chance.
Pomni's starting to realize that it doesn't matter because she had this big connection with
it's not that it doesn't matter, it's that Caine doesn't want to have it any significance, right?
But if Caine is God,
right,
then they kind of reiterated it again in this episode.
Weird. I really have to investigate that a bit further.
If
Caine
thing doesn't think it matters, then it doesn't matter.
Right. But I think that maybe that's kind of what we're foreseeing as the conflict of the show. It's like, Caine kinda sucks, bestie. Like,
well, we already know that. Caine is a
but he
lunatic,
sucks a bit more because the reason why he gives
people
in this episode is that he doesn't want to start losing track of who the AI and the NPCs are, which that could be a lie. Like, that could be just a cover up something, which it probably is. But if that's the true motivation, it's kind of like just saying, I don't want to do the paperwork, so I don't care.
I kind of interpreted that as his reasoning, that he does these horrible things just out of, because that's what's scary. That's what's scary about the world, is that, like, oh, you're just trapped in this world that is indifferent to your desires because it's a game that it wants to play. It doesn't matter that you are not in your own body, that there's this horrible body horror thing about being trapped in an NPC that's like an avatar. Yeah, an avatar that's not your own. It's like if Sword Art Online was a horror and good. And
but I think that though, but wouldn't you argue that maybe the solution is overthrowing Caine or something though?
Yeah,
like,
but
could that be
they
where things
can't
are
because
going?
Caine is God. He's all powerful.
Right,
Whatever
but like,
he
what
wants.
if you could get rid of him?
Well, then I guess that's what the show is going to be about, which I think is very interesting.
I had a couple theories in terms of the Caine and Abel thing, like the CNA,
Oh.
and I had.
Is Caine was the evil brother?
Caine, yeah, is the one that killed his brother. So I was thinking that somehow, I know that people are pretty set on the idea that this is a digital world and a Sword Art Online type of situation, but I wonder if it is actually more like The Good Place or something, where this is actually hell, and it's supposed to be hell. And I don't know. I understand why people are going with the obvious in terms of, oh, it's a digital world, you're trapped in the digital world. But I wonder if it could also just be literally hell.
But
that
also,
this
like,
is hell and that
Regatha
people
and
die.
Pomni seem like decent people. Jax is not.
But we don't know what they did in their real life. That's the whole twist in a Black Mirror episode, is that you see this girl, I won't say which one it is, but spoilers maybe, because you may remember, but the Black Mirror episode where the girl is being chased and she just wants to get back to her daughter, and then at the end of the episode, you find out that it's not her daughter, and she actually kidnapped that little girl and, like, killed her and did horrible things to her.
And so
you find
she's
out the entire torture brain wipe situation. It's this amusement park where people pay to chase her in a weird kind of purge situation.
Yeah.
And so, like, we don't know what they did. Their memories have been wiped. They could be terrible people, because a lot of people are going with that it's a company and that the workers still exist in the real world, but they're just developing this software, and like the real Pomni just got up and went home. But the Pomni personality is stuck in the computer. But I feel like, I don't know, because then what's the resolution to that? It's not like you can come out of the game.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's a totally different Black Mirror episode where the guy takes people from his real life, turns them into AI in a game, and then tortures them.
But you know what I mean? Because, and I understand why people are saying that, because when you see Pomni look at her desk, it's not like there's a person in there. If it was a person that was disintegrating in a computer chair, you would think that you would see them, right? And so I understand why people are saying that Pomni in the real world put on her headset and then she took it off and she went home, but digital Pomni is trapped in the computer. The only thing I don't understand is, like, but what would the result be? Like, convincing the people in the real world to delete the program? Like, would that be the end game? Because I'm just trying to think of end game. If they're not actually, like, the whole point of SAO is that eventually they find a way to get the headsets off, right? And so if nobody's actually trapped in the digital world, is it that, please put us out of our misery and kill us and delete the digital circus? Like, I'm trying to think of where it would be going.
That would be a really interesting twist if at the end it's like, oh, you are not you. You are just a copy of who you are. Real you is out living your
Their
world.
life.
There is no body. You have no body outside of this. You're stuck here. That's nightmarish.
Yeah.
I almost kind of believed it was similar to that one Black Mirror episode, and I guess also Sword Art Online, that what if Caine is not an AI but a person who created
I think that
this
they're a person.
nightmarish thing to torture people, and maybe maybe he's like Jigsaw from the Saw films, where like the people he's tormenting in here are people he doesn't particularly like in the real world.
I kind of thought it was the opposite, where Caine was a real person, but it wasn't like he's trying to torture them on purpose. It's that he's lonely or something. Like, it's about friendship or something like that. Like, imagine if this is just some, I don't know, school project or something. Like, let's say that CNA is a startup, right? And this is some school project and they're getting to the end of the project. And so Caine didn't want all of his friends to leave him. And so he did that. Like, he's not a malicious, you know, because you're going with Saw, which is like, you want to do a murder. I kind of wonder if Caine's character is going to be revealed as someone who's just deeply lonely or something and just wanted friends. Or even, I was thinking or playing around with the idea that Caine is an actual child that is in the computer, immortalized into the computer somehow. Not necessarily trapped, but again, that sort of personality, consciousness
he
thing.
reads more as an AI just because in the first episode he has the like the 404 code, like blue
but
screen
that could just
in
be
eyes.
his computer
there
software. I don't know.
There could be a way around that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
It could be that, like, oh, the person who's running it is themselves deranged, and they're sort of glitching.
But
both
I don't know, the way that
in their
Caine
human
acts
mind and in their
sometimes
digital
just reminds me of a kid, like a kid that's playing
Yeah.
pretend. And so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe where we're going with this is like, this is some program that a father made for their kid. and the kid kind of Peter Pan and never grew up, and people are getting stuck in here a bit like Peter Pan, you know? And that's why you can't have the NPCs, because that's the thing with Peter Pan too, is that the mermaids and, you know, the indigenous people to the island, which were not indigenous people originally, you know what I mean, like very bad stereotypes in the original Peter Pan going on, but though they're people, but at the same time, you see some interpretations of Peter Pan where it's kind of like, this is just our imaginary playhouse, and the mermaids and the pirates, like, you have some retellings of Peter Pan where they really start to wreak havoc just because they're bored, and that's what this kind of reminds me of. It's like, there's actually a Vocaloid song that does this very well. It's that you have Peter Pan, but he's not the first one, right? And he goes to Neverland and has all this fun and kills Captain Hook, and then as he's getting older, he realizes that the idea of Neverland and never growing up was a lie, and so he, eventually grows up and becomes Captain Hook, and so Tinkerbell brings another child, and the cycle continues again. Now, we know that Pomni is 25, like the real Pomni, so she's not a child. However, that would kind of make it even more twisted if Caine is like an eternal kid, whether like an actual child or like a 25-year-old child who never grew up type of situation, and is trapping all these adults in their play land, right? And so I think that that's an interesting idea, but obviously, we have lots of time for theorizing. It's not, I want to reiterate, it's not that I'm disappointed, but I think that my expectations have been tempered a little bit in terms of like, okay, now I kind of understand what we're getting into,
That's what I mean
right?
when I say it's more existential than horror. Like the scene about Gummigoo realizing that he's an NPC.
Yeah.
That's interesting, but it's not scary, but it is very existential.
Yeah.
So it kind of does its own weird thing.
And that's why I think it would be interesting for us to talk about it in a live stream context, but I felt like this wasn't like a, oh my god, like kind of reaction.
I've got to be
Except
honest
for
with you.
when they died.
When they like
when I was
Thanos
telling you
snapped
about something,
Gummigoo.
I don't remember what I was saying. I was like, oh, but it's just like the such and such. Or, oh, I said, oh, he probably didn't want to bring his friends here because he didn't want to ruin their idea of the world, right? Because I was confused about why he left his crew, but then I remembered he said he didn't want their reality to be shattered. So I guess that was the compromise. But yeah, that was pretty shocking. But otherwise, I was surprised about, not laid back, that's not the right word, but it's interesting because this isn't a kid's show, but it kind of felt like I was watching a kid's show, but then it definitely wasn't a kid's show. So it's a weird dynamic that it has.
Things.
Oh, no, for sure. But it's just a weird sort of dynamic, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I enjoyed it still,
what's frightening
though.
about it is that the fact that you are forced to do all these weird cutesy things.
Yeah, really. Except for Zombo. Oh, I cannot remember her name. Their name, the trapezoid looking one, the one that's made out of all the shapes. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed our reaction. We will do a live stream discussion if people are interested. I think that this show could probably, in hindsight, benefit from that. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but some shows are very, like, reactable shows, I guess, but some shows it's like, okay, a live stream discussion is really good to find all the secrets and stuff. So maybe we will do that if you guys want to, but that is going to be it for us for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys had fun. We recorded this really late, so sorry if our brains don't seem to be fully working, but we did our best, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys!